Hi, my name is Brian Gibson, and I am a coach and judge for Nebraska High School speech and play productions. On behalf of the NSAA, I would like to thank you for watching this short video. It is always best to register to be a certified judge. We hope that this will help you to learn the rules of speech and play production better as your season begins. Please review the NSAA Speech and Play Productions Judges Manual before judging. You can get a free copy from the NSAA website at nsaahome.org. If you have your Judges Manual in hand, please turn to page 3. General Judging Guidelines. Your opinions of the contestants' work are important. To improve and build a better performance, the contestant needs to know what you liked about it and what you felt could be improved. Use the critique sheet as a guide. Let the contestant know what you thought the strengths and weaknesses of the presentation were and why. Suggestions are welcome. Nothing is more disheartening to a performer than a nearly blank critique sheet. Please make your comments constructive. Step 2 of the General Judging Guidelines describes what to do in the case of a tie. We will skip this step to save time in the video, but hope you will take the time to review it. A judge is also asked to make a value judgment about each performance. Ratings enable the judge to qualify the ranking given. Determine if the performance was superior, excellent, good, or fair. Any number of students may receive the same rating. With the exception of time penalties, ranking and rating should correlate. Disqualified performers should not receive a rank or rating. Some speakers may be in more than one event. Be sure your critique sheet matches the performer. Exact student names, codes, and titles help to prevent errors. Double-check the code and ask only for a name. Never ask a speaker what school they are with. Always sign your name on the ballot legibly. As timekeeper, indicate on the ballot if the performance is overtime. Do not stop an overtime speaker. Please allow the speaker to finish. A judge shall not penalize a speaker for time infractions when the judge is not using a hand-controlled stopwatch device. For failure to abide by the prescribed time limits by more than 30 seconds, judges shall lower the contestant one assigned rank. The stopwatch device is to begin with the first sound or action and end when the lights go out, the curtain closes, or the speaker concludes. A performer who is interrupted by means not within their control during their presentation may start over without penalty. Please arrive at least 15 minutes early for your judging assignment and check in at the judge's registration area. You will receive a specific assignment at that time. In rounds where there are more than one judge, each judge shall reach a decision independently. Judges shall not confer before completing their ballot tabulation. The only exception would be when confirming an official time. During play production competition, judges are required to provide educationally appropriate oral and written critiques to the cast, directors, and crew members. During speech competition, judges are required to provide educationally appropriate written critiques. Oral critiques are not permitted during speech competition. Protest regarding the decision of judges will not be heard. It is recommended that schools hire NSAA registered judges for all interscholastic speech and play production contests. If this cannot be accomplished, the director of the contest shall meet prior to the contest with the non-registered judges to inform these judges of the NSAA rules and regulations. Remind everyone to turn off all electronic devices. Technical elements such as fire, dangerous special effects, and weapons are not under the jurisdiction of judging criteria. In individual event performances, performers may not be assisted or accompanied by any individual. Exceptions shall be addressed on an individual basis through the NSAA office. Each coach is reminded to select literature that will not offend the moral standards of the community or be in bad taste. It is advisable to eliminate all cursing, profane references to the deity, and immorally suggestive comments. Now please turn to page 7 of the Judge's Manual. Instruction for Judges. The NSAA district and state speech and play production contests are designed to stimulate interest in speech and theater. In judging the contest, judges should do the following. Number 1. Aid in the program of speech and theater education. The results of his or her judging can either be a help or a hindrance. Care should be exercised in the wording of statements in order that they may be detailed, constructive, and helpful. Be considerate in the type of comments given orally in play production and in writing in speech. Comments should be detailed enough to qualify the ranking and rating given in order that directors may have sufficient suggestions to improve their work. Judges must keep in mind that they are judging high school students. Turn off cell phones. No texting. Judges should give close attention to the performance in using appropriate nonverbal communications. Judges will use the judge's critique sheet when evaluating the performance. Avoid generalized statements. Be specific. Judges independently rank and rate each performance. Judges must be sure that the scores and comments on the ballot correlate to the rank and rating of each performance. Judges should arrive at the contest site at 1/2 hour prior to the start of the contest and help the contest director keep the program on schedule. Judges are to rank and rate all performances without consulting with other judges. Judges' decision is final. Judges are reminded that the performances have already been certified to meet community standards as well as with compliance with technical elements. Avoid commenting on student performances on social outlets and to the general public. Please turn now to page 9, Judging Ethics. The professional ethics connected with judging warrants the common sense approach. For example, if students are expected to dress appropriately for contest appearances, we should expect judges to set an example by being appropriately dressed. A judge should always be attentive and interested in all students as they compete for ratings. This means that the judge should display a friendly smile and show that they are an interested person. A judge should exhibit a desire to assist the student in becoming a better person through the speech experience. A judge must show patience while in a contest situation. There is no reason for a judge to show apparent disgust towards a student appearing late or out of order, since generally it is not the student's preference but rather a necessity that precipitated the change. The general rule of ethics is to make sure all students feel as comfortable as possible when they are competing. The judges who attain that goal are the ones most respected by the students and their speech coaches. We'll now go over some common questions asked by judges and included on the certification test. Besides reminding audience members to turn off electronic devices, judges should also double-check their own phone to make sure that it is off and never text during a round. In oral interpretation of drama, performers are allowed to look at each other. Either off-stage focus, on-stage focus, or a combination of both may be utilized by the contestants. In all public speaking events, interpretation events, and oral interpretation of drama, a lectern may be used by the performers. In duet, performers may use a table and 2 chairs in their performance. A table may be used for another staging device other than a table. In duet, a chair Well, that's the end of our training video. We hope that you learned a little more about speech and play production judging.